Oh shit! It's made with the same screen. I gotta look. Not the big hanger.
I guess it's sure going to be. Yes, it's old people. Good. Overly thirsty. I'll put the rest. What is your you got my phone? Yeah, you know, please. We have that. All in my soul. Something the mic's in.
Should the lights not working?
Shows.
Say something again.
Plus, it doesn't.
We should do the public radio.
That's the person.
Okay. Both.
What is? Watching. Honestly.
So hot.
The volume is low. We're not talking, chat. Hold on. Yeah, should be good. And you know the rest just rectangles. If people do like people ask questions.
This was receiver in there. Don't turn off the camera one. Cause low key.
Well, let me pull it up.
Yes, it's like.
Yeah. So, when you get closer, just because of the receivers on the stage.
Oh, wait. Is it working? See? You got two guys. Premium, my guy. You didn't want.
I don't know.
I don't know if it, what mic is something.
No, it's like.
Oh.
It's like.
Well, I remember I'm hella party.
No,
I know, so can you hear me?
I think
He's a.
I can hear it. I don't think it's coming out that mic.
Yo, testing one, testing 1, 2. Can you all hear me? Okay. Sorry. Yo, it's thing on the structures.
That's the mic mini too.
Think that this is supposed to pop off and go slide on there. Because this is the receiver.
Yeah, it goes inside. Yeah. The receiver, right? When is it? Yeah, it goes on there.
Pop it off.
How many niggas does it take to get the receiver working?
That shit really was complicated.
They're saying it sounds better now.
Huh?
They said it sounds better now.
That's because I'm close to the phone.
Let's see if there's slide it out, put it down, slide it out.
Oh, there it goes.
You put it on there into it?
Yeah.
You got it. I'm gonna put the little piece in the case.
Good. Right, connected.
And testing, 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 testing.
Right.
All right, cool. Now, hopefully, when I have this mic in my hand, it doesn't fuck up the mic. Other than that, should be okay. Don't, hold on, I want to,
To give it to you.
you said what?
But she won't go past it to you when you need it.
Yeah, one second. Sorry, it's hella hot. All right, sorry. I want to see it because I don't want it to be overexposed. Yo, testing 1, 2. That was good, my guy. How you feeling? You okay? You surprised? I think I remember you from last time. Yo, it's good, dog. Yo, it's good. Yo, it's good. Yo, it's good, y'all. Bro, this is the last time we was in Miami. That shit was hella lit. Thank you guys for coming out. Miami traffic was going to be that bad. When we was leaving at like 5:30, we got here at 7 o'clock. So I'm sorry about that, y'all. But I am appreciative of everybody coming out. Can we turn the music down? Where is what's it called? Hmm? No, no. Music. Appreciate it. Thank you. Once again, thank you everybody that's coming out to, support pretty much this movement I have. I would call it a movement. I've been trading for 5 years now. I've been teaching for about, I guess you could say 4.5 years. And one thing I've learned in this space is that a lot of people think that it's just like a get rich quick scheme. And it could either take you 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 3 years. It really depends on you solely. I worked my ass off and I did it for about 6 months before I started to see like $100, $200, and $1,000 after that. But I started this to just basically let y'all know that these courses and these gurus and the signals that you're chasing, it's not going to help you get to where you want to be. Everything that you do when it comes to trading is purely from you. Today, I'm not going to talk about charts. I'll say something about charts, but I want everybody to understand that it's more of a mindset thing. And I know you probably heard it like 1,000 times on YouTube or wherever else, but it really is. Because think about the times that you probably lost a trade or you revenged a trade, blew your account, blew your funded, had to pay for a new one. Oh, shit. Sorry, I started sounding like I was in a studio. All the times that you've made mistakes, and we as human beings are not like, we're not born to be like, we don't like failure. Nobody likes failure. So as a human, we're kind of coming in a game where like it's kind of destined for us to fail. Like if you think about it, the market is really trying to take your money and grab liquidity and continue to make money for the richer people, the bigger people. So you're jumping into a game already where you're pretty much, it's everybody versus you, basically. And you already got the markets, and then you have every influencer on Instagram. They're not really trying to help you, so they're basically against you. You probably have people in your life that don't believe in what you got going on, don't see the best for it, or don't.
To even do it, so you got those people against you. And it's just, it's pretty much like a whole mental battle that you have to break over to even get to where you want to be, or even just to start, to be honest. So this to my friends, it's kind of like trading is like like a notebook. I think I'll talk about this on a YouTube video where
You go in that corner.
you're on the road, you can walk, you take the scooter, the bike, then you upgrade from the bike to a car. And then you can upgrade to a faster car later on, which is pretty much anything you do in life. I like trading a lot because it really helps me understand not just the charts, but just who I am as myself. Because like if I would have showed you who I was 5 years ago, you'd be like, who the fuck is this guy? I was very, I guess you could say, illiterate. I was emotional, a hothead. I was always getting into fights. I wasn't disciplined. Um, and also a little bit of ego. And those things will break out of you if you have those things will break out of you when it comes to trading in the markets and becoming the best version of yourself. You're gonna have to understand that you have to take things slow. You have to not be such a, oh, I can do everything, or I can do it all fast in a week or in a month, or whatever the case might be. You have to be receptive to understanding that it might take some time. It might not take some time. You never know. But it's like the more you put your energy into becoming a better you, the better everything is going to come back to you. Because a lot of people think, and there's some people out here that doesn't deserve to be rich, or there's some people out here that don't deserve to be wealthy. There's some evil people in this world. But I believe in the more hard work you put in, the better you do, or the better you build yourself, the better you build the people around you, even if you don't have much. It doesn't have to be a monetary thing. Like you don't have to, it don't always have to be about money, right? I know we're in the space for money, but in the end, money's not going to come to you if you're an evil person, right? It's not going to come to you because you have a bunch of negativity around you. You have a bunch of, I guess you could say, demons, I guess. It really comes down to becoming that better person. And that's what I'm gonna talk about today. Can I get some water? That's what I'm gonna talk about today because I see all the time where people are like, they're watching my videos and they're trying to understand, like I've explained ICC, market structure, price action 1,000 times. And every time I rewatch my videos or I look at my videos, I'm like, wait, how are they not like understanding that simple thing? But sometimes, and most of y'all probably been in the space for a while now, but you've learned so much or you picked up so much information before where it's like, dang, like I did 3 years of this, but this could take me 3 months. I don't believe that it's going to take me 3 months. Right. And I think that's what a lot of people kind of look at just this whole trading thing as when it comes to trading market structure, price action on the higher time frames and stuff like that. They look at it as like, nah, it can't be that simple. So they always try to go and find different things and find other outlets. Right. But it's not that way, especially with anything else in the world. Like if you think about it, hold on one sec. Thank you. If you think about it, everything in the world has simple step-by-step instructions, right? And there's different people that mix it up. Like, let's say sports, for example. There's like the fundamentals, and then you have people that kind of put their own spin on it. So it's the same way with anything else. First, learn what the easy stuff is to actually, let's say, play baseball, right? Let's say if you're playing baseball, you got to learn how to actually hit the ball before you can even run the bases, right? Most of you guys are just trying to run the bases without hitting the ball first. So it's like, it doesn't make sense. So whenever I'm teaching people, I want you to understand that you need to clear your mind and understand that it's easier than what you think it is, or you don't have to go so far to hit that ball. You don't have to go so far to hit that ball. You have to understand what is the fundamentals, what is the simple things that I can do to get to where I can run the bases. And when I started, so wait, how many people in here really know me? Like story and all, raise your hand. Story and all. We got some new people. Dang, I gotta start over a little bit. All right. I say this story so many times. All right, so basically, I grew up in I'm born in Miami. I love this place. I hate this place at the same time, but I was born in Miami. At 2 years old, I was taken from my mom. She was 16 when she had me. Yeah, she was right, 15, 16 when she had me. She was going to school, but she was also like a hothead and stuff, so she got in trouble. Ended up losing me when I was just like 2 years old. And then I grew up in foster care pretty much my whole life. I'm gonna fast forward that story. Grew up pretty much
in a broken home, I guess you could say. So more of like, it was like my foster mom, her boyfriend, husband type of thing. And then like, it was just a bunch. And then I had my brother with me as well. And growing up, it was kind of like, oh, get picked on because my foster mom really didn't do too much with us. Like, it was just like, she just did like the bare minimum of like pretty much anything. Like if it came to clothes, I'll probably wear the same shirt and jeans for the next 3 years. I wouldn't get too much out of that. When it came to eating food, she never cooked. It was just like ramen noodles, 365. Um, and it was just, it got worse, is what I'm trying to get to. It got worse when I was like when I was 7, 8. It was like that decent life, and then she got divorced, and then it was pretty much us three. It was us three, and that's when everything got worse because then she started drinking and doing drugs and pretty much abandoning us. So it will be nights where we haven't, or days we haven't seen her in like 4 or 5 days, and we're wondering where she's at because we need to be fed. But eventually, me and my brother just ended up tag teaming, and I'm gonna admit, like we used to steal out of family dollars to eat and hot dogs and get noodles, Lunchables, whatever we could get just to feed ourselves. And that's when I started seeing like at home wasn't good. So then I tried to seek out validation towards the outside, which was going to school. And at this time, I pretty much was like, I'm a kid, so kids are easily influenced by anything. And obviously, the good people around were bullying me because they had better clothes, nice clothes. They could play sports and play music and all the things that you would want to do as a kid. They was good at. And I got bullied by those. So the only direction I could go was towards the bad kids, which then I ended up getting into fights, getting expelled from school, detention, whatever you name it. I was, and eventually this ended up leading me into going to juvenile at 13. And when I went to juvenile, I spent like a year and a half, so all the way until I was like 15. I spent the year and a half there for like some stupid charge. I still to this day don't understand it. I guess if you have more than 5 people with you doing an activity, it's a game charge. And then we also got into a fight as well, so it kind of like went hand in hand. So then I spent a year and a half in juvenile detention. When I got out, my foster mom basically abandoned me. I got out, it was like 2 weeks. I picked up a small fast food job. And when I was coming back home one day, she basically cleared the whole house. The whole house was cleared out. There was no furniture, no nothing, no food, no nothing. And she gave me like a small text and she was like, okay, we're moving to, I forgot where she said, but it was not in Georgia. At this time, I was in Georgia. And she told me that, you know, I have to fend for myself or whatever the case might be, go try to find somewhere to stay. So pretty much at the age of 15, 16, I was pretty much homeless. And at this time, I didn't know my mom because I obviously got taken away from her. And then I don't know my dad until I was 22. But at this time, I have no friends, no family, because the friends that I grew up with, or I guess you could say was hanging out with, they kind of left me out to dry. So pretty much on my own. And I picked up a job at McDonald's, and then I also picked a job at Taco Bell. And the McDonald's job was for the morning time, and then the Taco Bell was for the nighttime, just because they were open until 3. And then I would just walk over to McDonald's when they open at 6. So it was like it worked out in my favor, but the last thing that I was thinking in my head was to give up. And I think pretty much my whole story is about not giving up because there's been some times in my life where I'll just be like, well, all the cards are stacked against me. Why am I even trying to even go in this direction if everything's against me? And it's pretty much the same with the market. Like there's going to be times where everything is going against you and you just feel like nothing's working in your favor, but it's like you hit that one last time you might try, it might actually work. So fast forward, I'm pretty much doing this for like 8 months. I'm going from here, sleeping in the break rooms, sometimes sleeping outside, but mostly in the break rooms. And I would just try to make it work. I was stacking my money up as much as I can, but I was young, so I was just really door dashing, spending it on stupid shit on Amazon and TikTok and stuff. So eventually I got tired of it. It was just like, well, my life isn't really going anywhere. I'm 16, finna turn 17 soon. So it's like, I gotta find something to do with my life. And at this time, I grew up with like no cell phone at all. Like the cell phone that she texted me on was like a flip phone. So I didn't grow up with like the whole internet thing. So I didn't know anything about luxury life. I didn't know anything. I thought everybody worked fast food jobs in the office, to be honest. And that's how my foster mom raised us. It was like more of like we couldn't go outside, we couldn't socialize with others outside because that might be the it might do exactly what it did. It might put you down the wrong lane, or you cannot. What was the other rules that she said? She was like, we can't use phones, we can't have Wi-Fi, we can't watch TV, stuff like that, because it's just she just always like manipulated to make it seem like it was bad. So growing up, I didn't know like what the outside world was. So at the time when I was homeless, I kind of just like did a little bit of searching around. I ran into like what was it, drop shipping at the time, but that shit is overly hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Drop shipping, YouTube, it was a bunch of stuff at that time. I think I was just trying to get my hands on anything and everything. But that wasn't really working, so I'm still working this job, and then eventually I'm just like, all right, I've pretty much had enough with this. Let me try to reach out to my mom. Let me see like if my mom would actually respond to a message, because once again, my foster mom was a manipulator. She made it seem like my mom gave us away. She never wanted us. She never loved us. And come to find out, fast forward, my mom used to always call like every other week just to check on us, but my foster mom never let that happen. So this whole time in my head, I'm thinking my mom is like the worst person on earth. So this happens. I text her some long paragraph. I'm like, hey, I'm homeless, need help. I pretty much don't know what to do. I know we don't see eye to eye, or you don't like me, or whatever the case might be, but I'm just like, I just need some type of like lift up or some type of help. I don't even care if like if she just seen it, like at least if she seen it, I would have been okay, and it would have got like a little bit of hope in me, because I'm 17, I'm homeless, and I pretty much got expelled from school, so I couldn't go back to school, and it was just like I don't know what to do with my life. So eventually she ended up responding the next day, and she told me that she was like 15 minutes away from my location. My mom picked me up, and basically I moved in with her. And when I moved in with her, I was pretty much with her, my sister, my brother, and then it was me. So it was like, and she's a single mom. So it was like, okay, now since I'm here, I gotta pick up this piece. So like, yet alone am I trying to pick myself up, I also have to pick my mom up, because she randomly just got all three of us at the same time. My mom's always had custody of my sister, but not me and my brother. So getting both of us at the same time was like super crazy to her, and it was just like overwhelming. So I helped her with that, and that's when I picked up what I knew the most, which is fast food jobs. Picked up that, and that's when I was trying to like dabble a little bit into more of the drop shipping stuff. This is like all before I figured out trading. And it was like, okay, like this is not really what I want to do, but let's keep pushing forward. So eventually at this one fast food job, I met this lady who came through the drive-through. She had like a super nice car, nice clothing. I think her husband had like chains and stuff on, nice watch. And for some reason to this day, I wish I could find her to this day. For some reason, I asked her, like, what do you do for a living that makes you look like this? And mind you, I don't know what like luxury is. I just know it looked shiny. And I was like, damn, like I've never seen that before, especially on the side of town that I was at. It was, you would not see that at all. So it was crazy that that happened. And she told me that she was trading stock options, and she was showing me, like, at the time I didn't know, but it was Robinhood. And she was showing me Robinhood, and I just remember like looking at it, and it was like I was so confused, because I was like, what the hell am I looking at? And she's just like, whenever you turn 18, just try it out. See if it works for you, try it out. So fast forward, I ended up turning 18. I got my social security back, my birth certificate, because my foster mom took all that. I got all my documents back, created a Webull account, and I put like $5 in there because that's all I had. And I just remember placing like some random, like I was just pressing buttons, to be honest. And I just remember seeing that I went from $5 to like $5.01. I was like, oh shit, like I made a penny. I'm lit. So it was like, cool, I could do this. Like this is fun. So it was like, all right, if I put $5 in there and I make a penny off of it, imagine if I put like a thousand in there. What could I make off of that? Mind you, I knew nothing about trading, not a single thing. I blew that. Well, that $5 I had, I put 500 in there, and I was like, all right, I think I got this. First trade, I blew the whole account, man. It was bad. It was really bad. So I think at that time, I was like, well, okay, obviously you can lose money because I didn't know, like, mind you, I'm like, I'm dumb. Like, I'm just some dumb 18-year-old kid. I'm just doing whatever. Like, I seen that it made money, but I didn't know I could lose money either. I thought it was just like free money. So pretty much getting into that, I was like, well, okay, obviously I can see that this can make you money and you can lose money. So then I just kind of went down like this whole like, I guess you could say like mindset thing on like, okay, I need to like my mind was like focused on, okay, I know that if I put my money in, I could possibly make money out. So everything I made, I put into my trading account, which was like mistake number one. I put everything into my trading account and I kept blowing it, kept blowing it, kept blowing it. And then eventually, I think probably like my fifth or sixth account that I loaded up, mind you, I was getting paid every 2 weeks. So this was fucking treacherous. I'll be like, I'm in like month 2 or 3 at this time. And all this happens, and I'm just like, okay, well, I can't keep doing the same thing. Like, I can't just keep going in recklessly, not knowing what I'm doing. And mind you, I was looking up small trading videos at the time, but this was like almost peak Forex time, actually, when all the IML shit was out. Mind you, I didn't have the $200 to join that shit. I was hella broke. They tried to get me for that. I was like, man, I ain't even got $200. I barely got $2. So that happened, and I'm just like, all right, I gotta find like, I gotta make like a plan. Like, what am I doing? Like, I feel like I'm just kind of going in and just wishing the best for anything and everything. And when I made this plan, I was like, okay, well, I understand trading takes, you need capital to make capital. That's just how it works. You need capital to make capital. So that was like scratched off my head. I'm like, okay, all right, how do I get the money? How do I get the money to make more money? Well, obviously, I didn't graduate from high school and stuff like that. So it was more of like, all right, well, obviously I can do what I know best, which is working these fast food jobs. But then like somebody told me about warehouse jobs, and I went through like a staffing company to get a warehouse job, which at the time they was paying like in Atlanta, they was paying like $15 an hour, it was like 15.25 or something like that. So shit, $15 an hour is hella good. I was crunching the numbers down. I was like, all right, that's like a cool little 700 a week. I could do something with that. Like 3 weeks, 4 weeks of saving up, I got like 2,000, 3,000. So I mean, it was cool with me. And I think when I got into the job at first, I had the plan in my head, but I still didn't have the discipline to stop doing it. So like when I was working my fast food job, I only had really like $300, $400 left from my check. So it was like, I was really like penny pinching. And I was trying to help my mom. So I would probably be loading up $200, $100 every time. So it was like, when I got to this warehouse job, it was like, I would give my mom like 300, but I'll still have like a good 500 left. And it'll be like, shit, let me just put this whole thing in here again. And I was back to doing the same thing again. And eventually I was just like, I gotta stop doing this. But what ran into a situation was, it was times where like my mom needed more than just $200 or $300. And it would come into a conflict where it was like, why are you using all your money on trading? And my mom knows nothing about trading. Well, back then she didn't know nothing about trading. So the first thing she thought of is what everybody thinks of when you say day trading is like Bitcoin. So I'm like, she's like, yeah, it's super risky. You can't be doing that. Yada, 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 like the typical parent shit. So I'm just telling her, and she's telling me to go work for the city. She's telling me to go get my GED, work for the city, and basically just get money that way because they pay a good amount of money if you work for the city too. But I really I think I was like so like zoned in with what I was doing and like the plan that I had that I was like, nah, I can't even like, that's just gonna like, I don't even know. Cause like then I would have to make a whole new plan if I even went that route. But I already determined, like I was already determined to go the route that I wanted to go. So eventually I just kept doing that. And then I was like, fuck it. Well, let me get a second job. I mean, I don't have anything else to do. I pretty much work 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., but through the night, I don't do anything. I just sleep. So it was like, why do that when I could go make some money? So then I picked up a Walmart night job or a night shift, and that was from 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. I kind of worked with both the managers on the job to kind of help that because I had to work 7 a.m. again. And this worked out in my favor, but it was very taxing on me. I think this is what kind of got me to be so stern and so determined for where I want to be at. Because mind you, I didn't have like a vehicle, and these jobs was like 2-hour walks. It was 2 hours for the 7 a.m. one, and then Walmart was like a hour and a half walk. So in total, I'm walking like 3 to 4 hours every day just to get to each job, maybe more than that because you still have to go to one or the other. So I'm busting my ass, and I did this for like a fat minute, and I'm just like running through like I'm going through like rain, cold, like all types of stuff. It was times where like I would have because like in warehouses you gotta wear like steel toe boots. So I'm walking in steel toe boots 3 hours, 2 hours a day, and I'm just like blisters on my feet and shit. And it was just like, this is what I have to do to get there. Then that's what I have to do to get there, wherever I want to do. And I just remember there was sometimes, and this is like side topic, but there was some times where I'll just be like watching the cars pass by and I'm like, damn, I wonder if their life is like mine. Cause my life fucking sucks. But it was just like, to me, I never wanted to be like rich. I just kind of wanted to like be okay. If you know what I'm saying. Like, I just wanted to be okay. Like, I didn't want to have to like wake up in the morning and go to work. Like I just wanted to sit and play video games for real, for real. If I'm be honest. I just wanted to do that. And it was just like, fuck, like, why do I gotta go to work? So it was like, fuck it. If this is what it takes, this is what it takes. And mind you, like, it just like happened. Like, I don't know, like, there was nothing, because a lot of people ask me like what made it like shift, like my mind shift, but it was like you get to a certain point in life where like you're doing something so repetitive, like you're doing it over and over. It gets to a point where you're like, damn, like, okay, this is the life. Like, this is my life. Like, if any of y'all, I don't smoke, but if any of y'all smoke, you smoke for years and like it's so hard to let it go. And it's because that's like your routine. Or if you go to the gym constantly, like not going to the gym kind of fucks you up because that's your routine. So it was like I was going back and forth to work over and over. So it got to a point where it was like, no matter what I went through, I was gonna be okay because like this is the life that I'm living. So it's like that's my routine. So eventually all this happens. And I finally made the plan to like save both my incomes, save up because at this time, even though I was making a good amount of money, I never even seen $1,000 sit in my bank account at the time. So I think that was like my first goal, like to save that up and see what that looked like in my head. Like I just need, because I'm a visual learner. Like I have to see it to like really like believe it. You know what I'm saying? So I did this. I saved up for like 3 weeks, finally hit that. And I was like, all right, cool. I got $1,000. And for some reason in my head, I was like, damn, well, let me see if I can save up to 2. And it just became like an addiction that I had to like keep as much capital as possible, preserve as much capital as possible, just so I can use it for what I have the road to set to. Like I wanted to trade, so this is what I had to do. So eventually I ended up saving up $3,000, put my whole 3,000 in there. I still had like 500 left after that. I think it was like 400, 500 left after that. So I had 400 in my bank account and then I had 3,000 in my trading account. And I went through trials and tribulations with that, but eventually, like after 4 months of just consistently, and at this time, I didn't trade the way I trade now, but I'm gonna be honest, I was just doing shit, to be honest. Like at the time that I was trading, it was when DWAC came out. If you don't know what that is, it's like a Trump stock. So I was trading stuff like that, Tesla when it was booming. I was trading around the time where it was like, what's that one stock? Was it GameStop? It was GameStop and something else. And, the movie theater, AME. Yeah. So I was trading around those times. So pretty much this was like peak times for like all stocks, to be honest. And SPY was like reaching 400 at the time. And fast forward, I ended up doing really, really good in stocks for a bit before it fell off on that 400 back in December 2022. And I just remember having that fear to like become like a full-time trader. Like I had like a whole like fear of like, okay, is this like really like what I want to do? Like, is it really like luck? Am I like just getting lucky? And I was like scared. So then I kind of like stepped away from like trading probably like in November 2022. And I was just like, okay, well, what am I gonna do? Because obviously work is cool. And I was still going to work. And at this time, I grew that $3,000 account in 3 months. And I really would say it's because DWAC, because it went from $10 per share to like $175 per share in 2 days. But I went from that $3,000 to like 400K in like 2 weeks of trading that stock. And then I was like, oh, well, it's good, but is it luck? Like, what do I do from here? And mind you, I don't have anybody in my corner. Like, I don't have people that are doing the same thing I'm doing, or I don't have people that are gonna advise me. Because if I would have told my mom, she would have, oh, like, you know how people are in there. So I still to this day, and it's so crazy because my mom never knew until like recently, probably like 2 years ago, 2 years ago. And it was only because I think she was in a drive-through and somebody was talking about trading, and she was like, "Oh, my son does trading." And then I think the dude asked her like, "Oh, where does he learn his where like I think he was like asking her where do I learn or whatever." And she was like, "Oh no, he does YouTube or whatever." And it just turns out the guy knew me off of YouTube in the drive-thru. He was like, and my mom was just like, why did some guy just like freak out when I said Psy? And it's like, I don't know, mom. I don't know. So eventually, and mind you, I was helping my mom out. I think my mom probably thought I was probably doing something illegal, but she didn't really like have the proof. Like she didn't really know. Like it's like I know you're doing something, but I don't have the clues yet. Because I think it was right around January, February, the following year, 2023. I finally quit both of my jobs, and I was just like, all right, if this works out, I'm gonna keep doing it. If it doesn't, I guess I'll just restart. See, the thing about me is I don't care about restarting. Now, would I want to restart? Fuck it, hell no. But I'm okay with like losing it and then trying to build it back up. Like I'm okay with that. Like I'm be real, like it's money. Like they're printing fucking trillions of this shit. Like it's gonna be okay. Like you gonna be hurt for a couple of days, maybe a week or so, 2 weeks, whoever knows. But it's like that time that you struggling, that's really like character development, to be honest. Because you really got to sit with yourself and you got to be like, well, how the fuck? Sorry, excuse my language. How did I lose it this time, and how can I not lose it next time? Like, what do I need to do different? And I think I'm finna, sorry, I was getting a little emotional. But no, but it's like, I see, and I'm bringing this up because I see a lot of you, and I see DMs, I see comments, I see them, and I see people, they'll be like, I remember this one time I answered a DM, and the lady was like, yeah, this is like my 70th funded account this week, or some crazy shit. I'm like, 70? You don't want to stop? And she's like, and this is why I hate prop firms so bad. Because, bro, she's like, oh no, it's okay. It's only $40. Bro, hold on, let me do the math right quick. So I'm like, she's like, it's okay. But it's like, although it's cheap and you can get them and you can pass them and make money off of it, it's not really teaching you anything. If you all in the back of your head is like, oh, it's okay. It's just $30. So I can buy a new one, right? Like I came from, like they didn't have prop firms when I first started trading. It was just like, you have money or you had no money. You have to go find it. So when they came out with the prop firms, I kind of feel like it gave like people like me, it made me feel like, damn, I worked hard and people are just buying accounts and maybe not passing them the next day and getting paid out the next day. Yes, it's a tool, but I feel like even working hard for your money, inside of your brain, you're like, damn, every decision I make is really like, it's like it's very important that I don't do anything to fuck it up. So it's like proper, it's like, oh, I can fuck up this, whatever. I'll just buy a new one in schools, whatever. Some people say they treat it like it's real. Some people, but it's like still in the back of your head. I would prefer people to work hard for money, put it into an account. So then that way they're like paying attention to everything that's going on. Like, cause I wish we could do like a scientist, fucking experiment or some shit on like a funded trader and then somebody that funds their own account. You would see the psychological difference for sure. So pretty much, I lost train of thought. But fast forward to all this, the whole story that I'm getting to is like, this was built off of pure determination, having a plan, understanding where you want to go. Because there's probably people in here right now, they want to get into trading because it looks cool, you can make money, but they don't really like know where they want to go after. Like, if you make 10,000 tomorrow, what are you gonna do with it, right? Like, what are you really gonna do with it? Because like I remember hitting $10,000 and I thought I was gonna save the world after that. Like I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna save this person, I'm gonna do this. Man, I went and blew that shit in the mall, bro. I went straight to the mall and I was just buying shit. So it's like you got to have like a real plan on where you really want to go with it, because you might not want to be a millionaire, you might not want to be anything more than that, you might not even want to make six figures, you just want to live comfortable, right? Like I personally believe in this day and time, like around, it depends on your life too though, around like 7 to 8 is comfortable. 10 could be comfortable. That's comfortable. Like you can live a good life. You can go on vacations pretty much every other month off of 10, really. Um, I'm very minimalistic. Like I hate having like a lot of things because I feel like I'm tied down to everything, and I don't like being tied down. I like being able to move and be free because I'm a human being, and this world is fucking huge, right? Like I want to be able to explore the world without being tied down. So moving freely is like the thing I live off of. Like I need to be able to move around, and I don't want to be glued to something, or I don't want to be stuck in a space where I just feel like there's no freedom for me. So I personally feel like that sweet spot is like 7 to 8, a little bit over that, anything over that, right? And I'm getting to this is because you're thinking, some of you guys are probably thinking, okay, I'm getting into trading, I can get rich by next month. Or some of you guys are thinking like, all I need is one trade and I'm good. Like if I hit on this 10K trade, I'm good after that. But it's like, after that, then what? Like, then what? Like you make, let's say 10K tomorrow. Then what? You made one trade. The whole goal is to be consistent, profitable. The whole goal is to be consistent and profitable. It's not just to hit one time and then like, just that's it, right? Like I've been doing this for 5 years. Every year I get better and better. And that's the goal, because the more I'm getting better, the more money I will make, right? So if you can make 10K this month, why not keep trying to get better and better? Because there'll be a month where you're hitting 50K. There's not logical sense. So it's like people are like getting into the space, and I see it all the time. People are getting into the space and they're just like, well, I'm gonna come into it, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do whatever I can, get whatever I can, and then leave. And it really doesn't work that way. Trading is something that you can keep developing, keep getting better. Like I said earlier, it's a road. It's a road. You can first, you're gonna start off walking. That's pretty much beginner. Like you don't even know what trading view is. And then you can take a skateboard or a scooter. And then you're going from there, and you're going from the scooter to drive to, I don't know, a bike. You drive to the bike drives to the car, and then you can go further and further. You can go however much you want. Trading is not something where you can, but it's like, why would you do that? Like if you build up a skill, why would you want to quit after a couple months, after a couple years? Why would you want to quit if it's something that, it takes 5 minutes, 15, no more than 15 minutes to really, it really don't take 5 minutes to mark up a chart, set some alerts, wait for your entry to come, and then get into the trade. And I'm gonna get into that too, but I just want to build that mindset into you. Like, I want you guys, like, some people are listening, some people are not listening, but I want you to understand that it's more of a mindset thing, not just like what is the charts doing? Because people always ask me, like, what is the chart? I don't like, it's not just the charts, because you're not gonna process what I'm saying if we don't have the same like thinking, right? We don't have the same thinking, you're not gonna see it the same way. We're always gonna see it differently. And I've shown time and time again that the more simple you make it, the easier it will be on you and the more trades you will hit, especially when it comes to trading the higher time frames. I used to trade on the 1 minute. I used to trade SMC my first 2 years of trading Forex. I've been trading, so I've traded stocks for a year, and then I switched to, so I've been to Forex for like, I guess you can say CFDs now, but I started Forex back in February 2023. So it's been like 3 years of trading Forex. And I just remember trading off the 1 minute time frame. I used to use the 4 hour, but I wouldn't use it the right way. Like, I would do like, I think it was like more of like, what was I doing, bro? I was doing something stupid. I was using the 4 hour, marking up the support and resistance on that. And then whenever the price went into the support or resistance, I would jump to the 1 minute time frame and start looking for order blocks and all this other shit. And it was just very confusing, because there would be times where a day would happen where I took a bad loss, and then I'm looking at the chart and I'm like, dang, like, I could have been in here and just held this whole day. Like, it looks crazy on the 1 minute. It looked like so much happened in one day, and then you zoom out to the higher time frame, it only moved 2 candles up. And you could have made money off of that 2 candles going up instead of confusing yourself with something that looks so sporadic, because there's so much going on. It's like being in a crowd. Like, let's say if I was standing in the middle of this crowd right now, I wouldn't know like really what is all going around me. But now I can see everything around me, so it's like I can process easier what's going on. So it's like, why would you get into a mindset where you're trying to process too many things at one time instead of trying to zoom out and see it from a different lens? So building that mindset is the biggest thing that I try to teach you guys. Like, I'm pretty much always teaching you guys about price action and market structure. That's fairly easy. Should we pull up some charts? I said no. I said no. Never mind. But yeah, building that mindset first and foremost is going to be pretty much that biggest thing. And how you can build this up, I can give like a little bit of tips. For one, how many of y'all been trading for like, let's say, I guess this is your first or second month into trading? Raise your hand. Third month? 6? 1 year? Dang, it's like mixed. 2 years? 5 years? More than 5 years? 9 years? God damn. Dang, that's actually crazy though. That's pretty impressive, because you're like determined. That means it's pretty impressive. Love it?
Yeah.
I love trading too as well. You know what the thing is? Trading is like one of those things where it's like, I feel like I love being right more than like, the money's cool, but it's like I love being right. Like, I have like a weird like desire to like be right. It's kind of weird, but it's like, even when I take losses, it's like, fuck. Everybody's, bro, being an influencer is like, I don't even like saying that word, but this shit is hard. Like, the moment I get something wrong, oh, you're fucking ass, you're trash, you're a scammer, you're this and that. And I'm just like, bro, I don't control the markets, bro. So it's like, it goes that, and then I'm also like a swing trader. So like, the most I'm trying to do is like 5 trades a month. Like, I don't like, even when I'm taking like 2 trades a week, I just like, I feel like in my head, I'm like thinking like, damn, like I'm doing too much. Like, I really feel like I'm doing the most. And the crazy thing is that out of all my years of trading, a tip for you guys is that there's going to be one move every week. And that one move, especially on the higher time frame, there's going to be like one move every week. And if, let's say, first week there's a move, and second week it doesn't move, that third week there's going to possibly be a move too as well. And it's going to be one move that you need to catch, nothing else. It just needs to be that one move. and this is definitely off the higher time frame. You can go, I trade gold now, but you can go back and look at it. There'll be one good move that you can catch that week, and you can make bank off of it, and you're good. And I just remember in the beginning where I used to trade like every single day, and that shit was so taxing. And it's like, we're getting into trading to become free. Why would I treat this like it's a 9 to 5 where I'm waking up and I'm just sitting there looking at the charts pretty much the whole day? Like, you're basically working an office job at that point. Why would you do that to yourself if you want to become free? So you already have to, once again, build that routine for yourself. Wake up, look at the charts, set your alerts, go about your day, go do something, another hobby, do another hobby, or go to work, pick up another job, pick up anything else. But you don't want to feel like, you don't want to trap your brain into thinking, because what it's going to do is if you're looking at the charts constantly, you're going to start to hate it, low key. It's kind of like I'm not even married, so I don't even know. It's kind of like seeing the same person every single day. It's like, fuck, I'm tired of seeing your face. Like, imagine doing that with the charts where you're just looking at it all day long. It's going to get to a point where your brain psychologically is going to be like, I'm tired of looking at charts. So then it's like, when you're doing that and your brain is doing it, and you might not think this in your head, but your brain is just doing it automatically, where it's like, oh, same day, same thing, doing the same thing. And then you take a loss on top of that, then your brain is just going to be like, well, fuck this. Why am I even doing this? Right? Like, why would I do this to myself if I'm just going to lose? I'm sitting here looking at the charts all day just to lose. Like, why would I do that? And it could be for wins. Because sometimes you could look at the charts and finally take your first win, and then that could cause an ego, where then you're like, oh yeah, all this win really came off of me sitting hours on the chart, which is not the case, right? The charts doesn't care how long you're sitting on the charts. It don't care if you're looking at it for 24 hours. It doesn't really care. It doesn't even know you're there, right? It doesn't really know, because the market is moving off of money, orders, right? It's moving off of orders, not who's sitting at the screen or not. How many people sitting at the screen today? All right, this many people sitting at the screen, we're gonna buy today. That's not how the market works, right? So one, becoming that swing trader that I am today, it definitely, like, going from day trading and trading every day to finally swing trading. And when I'm saying swing trading, I don't mean you don't have to hold weeks on end. Like, that swing trading is just a trade from day 1 to day 2 or day 3. It can be as long as you want, right? It doesn't have to be 1 week. It doesn't have to be a whole month, right? If you want to hold that much, then you can, but that's like a whole different ball game. But so when I'm saying this, because a lot of people think swing trading takes months, right? It really doesn't. You just got to be patient. And like I said, that one trade or that one move is always going to happen every other week or so. And you just have to be prepared for it, right? Not jumping the gun so fast. Because a lot of people, even then, like, I'll be honest, bro, we getting too old to be blowing our accounts, bro. Like, we getting too old for that, bro. People are still blowing their accounts like it was like, see, back then when CPI would do like 700 points in one candle, that's when you could blow your account. But now the markets is moving in a way where, like, if you really stay on the higher time frames, as long as you have proper risk management and stop trying to be so greedy off of one trade, you can pretty much survive. Even if you're losing, you can pretty much survive, right? The whole game is back to what I was saying earlier about the whole saving up. The whole game is preserving capital, right? I was told by, I guess you could call him, say, like a trading mentor towards me. Super big guy, like hedge fund and all, but he told me like this tip. He was kind of like, the thing that we deal with the most is we would rather make no money than lose money. Like, losing money is better than, or losing money is worse than making no money. Like, if you go 3 days, 4 days without making any money, that's way better than just trading anything and everything and then losing money and then feeling bad afterwards. So when he said that in my head, it was like, I was okay with not trading every day, but I was still passive aggressive, and I'm still waiting for things to happen, seeing what the market is going to do. But if I just didn't feel too right about it, or if I wasn't unsure, I wouldn't take it. And I think a lot of people in this space kind of just do anything and everything to kind of make it seem like it matches or whatever the case might be. Because I've seen some people say, oh, this is ICE happening on the 15-minute time. Why are you looking on the 15, bro? I'm just like, wait, what? And he's like, nah, it's gonna work, it's gonna work. And then it turns out to be a loss. And it's like, the higher time frame was showing you something different, but you wanted the trade so bad, it was like you couldn't like resist, so you had to take that trade. But yeah, so that comes, so everything, sorry y'all, that comes down to discipline, being able to sit back and be like, okay, this is not going to be as fast as I think it's going to be. It's not going to be as easy as I think it's going to be mentally, because like I said, some people get in this game and they sit at the charts and think sitting at the charts is going to make you the money. No, it's about the patience of it. Second, let's say, how do I put that? I guess you could say understanding yourself. Like, who are you as a person? What type of person are you, right? Are you spontaneous? Are you calm? Are you emotional? Are you desensitized? Desensitized? Sorry. What type of person are you, right? And I'm saying this because when I was trading, I was very sporadic. Like I was all over the place. Like I couldn't control myself. Like every single day, I felt like I had to press the blue button or the red button. Like every single day, even if I didn't see anything, I had to be in something because I could have made some potential money in my head. And I started to realize like me being sporadic and me being, I guess you can say, non-disciplined, it caused me to lose more money. So I'm saying that to you guys, you have to really dig deep at yourself and see like, what type of person are you and who do you want to be? You could be a sporadic trader where you are very risky or you take anything and everything, but how's that going to turn out for you? Or you could be very chill and calm, but sometimes being too chill can cause you to miss out on moments, miss out on opportunities. So what type of person are you and what do you want to be? What do you want to be when you're going through this whole thing of, I guess you can say, your trading journey? Like, where do you want to be? What type of person do you want to be? Even when you have money, what type of person you want to be? Because once you get the money, who are you going to be with that? Who are you going to be with that money, right? Where do you want to go with that money? So that was the biggest thing, as well as just like, who do I want to be and where do I want to go? Who do I want to be and where do I want to go? And third, let's see, there's so many, like, I love talking about psychology, to be honest, because I think a lot of psychology comes from experiences. Experiences create the mindset that you have. So there's people that grew up in the suburbs, there's people that grew up in hoods and poverty and homeless shelters and all types of crazy things. And those create habits and those create experiences which create the way you think. Like, let's say you put somebody in the hood for a couple of years, the only thing they're gonna know is that, especially if they don't search anywhere else, that's all they're gonna know, right? So, I ain't gonna lie. Sorry, y'all. It's low-key hot in Miami, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, who are you gonna be? Who do you wanna be? This is the biggest thing. Who do you wanna be? And when it comes to your mindset, your experiences, and the things that you go through, that is not who you want to be. So that's not going to match with who you want to be. Most of the time, it's not going to match with who you want to be. So building the mindset towards what you want to do and what you want to be later on is going to be the biggest thing as well. Like, if I want to be somebody that's bringing in X amount, or if I want to be somebody that's investing in this and that, what type of person is that? Who is that? What does it take to get to that? Because as you're trading, you're going to be thinking about this like, would the future me be doing this, or would I even consider doing this if I was the future me looking down at me, like, would I do that? And the biggest thing is like to understand that all this is really up to show you that it's more of like building your future self more than it is about like get the actual income in the beginning. Like in the beginning, everybody, they're like income, income, income. And that's good. You're money hungry, but at the same time, like trading is going to build you. It's going to show you who you are. It's going to show you what type of person you are. And there's been times where I've blown so many accounts, and I'm just like, nah, I'm way smarter than the market. Let me just keep going. Let me just keep revenge trading or over leveraging because I feel like I'm just 10 times better. And my ego would get shot down every time because it would show you that, hey, you have a big ass ego, so you got to kill it. Even when I first started, I remember loading up like $900 into an account, and I thought that I was just like gonna be the best trader in the world off of one trade. And I remember placing one trade at like 9:30, and I remember putting that 900 in, 9:30 hit. I placed the trade. By like 9:35, I lost the whole 900. And that shit just goes to show like the market really doesn't care what you think it needs to do. It really cares of like what type of person you're gonna be. Like if the market is pushing up super volatile, are you gonna be risky and take anything and everything? Are you gonna fall for the bait? Right? Are you gonna fall for the bait that the market is trying to give you? And if you do, it's just gonna take your money in the long run. So I ain't gonna lie. I'm very appreciative of y'all coming out. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sitting back and I'm like seeing it. I'm like seeing it. I'm trying to process it. It's just really like, I want to get up here like, and I don't want to kind of like, whatever I say, it's like, I'm not trying to lead you into the wrong direction. I'm not trying to upsell you a course or anything after this or anything. Like, I just want to kind of speak to you heart to heart, human to human. Like, it's not like this whole trading stuff. Like, I just remember me doing it and there was none of this, right? There's like, what, 300, 400, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, probably like 200 people in here. And you guys all live probably in the same city, probably neighbors, who knows? And you don't even know these people. And I just remember not having any of this. Like, it's like trading isn't just like, it's solo, but it doesn't have to be where it's like everybody's like, this is not like a versus, like we're not going against each other. Like we shouldn't be that way, and it shouldn't be that way. And I feel like the trading space is that. So it's kind of crazy to me when I see a community like this come together, and it's like, oh, yeah, like there's some people that actually have the same intent. Like people all want to be a community together and like build better. Because I'm a big person. I'm a strong believer in like if we use 50% of our brain, imagine coming together like me and him. This is like literally my brother right here. But we come together and it's like, I might think something, but I don't have the full story of it. I don't have the full picture. But then he adds on to it. So that's using 100%. That's how I think. Like that's using 100% of brain power. So imagine bringing a community together and they're all thinking the same way, all having the same goals, all having the same path and driving them into something better, right? Imagine you leave from here, you take whatever I say or anybody else in here you talk to, and you become a better person. And then that way you can be on a stage and talk to hundreds of people too as well, like, and do the same thing. Like, I'm very like, I just kind of like, I think it's good and it's bad. I think it's really good and it's bad because like, I'm a strong believer in like, there's some hope in this world. Like, not everybody's bad, you know, like I think there's definitely some hope, and I've been hit a couple of times. When it comes to friends, like I think I'm over here finna getting emotional, but I've lost a lot of friends to get to where I'm at, and I'm so happy that I am where I am now. I'm so happy that I am where I am now because I just didn't want to give up at all. Like I didn't want to give up at all, and I didn't care what people thought at all. Sorry, y'all. I just didn't care. Like, and I remember my mom telling me that was like, it was gonna be hard. I remember coworkers saying it was gonna be hard and all this other shit. And even now to this day, y'all don't even know what I go through on a daily basis, but it's like, I'm gonna just keep doing me because this is me and I'm gonna do what I need to do to impact anybody else. Like, I'm not out here to backstab anybody. I'm not out here to do anybody wrong. I just want to show people that you're not the only one that experiences the things that you're going through now as a trader. Like I've been through pretty much any situation that you probably call out. Like I've probably been through it most of the times. A fear of trading, I never had. I know some people are scared to get in trades. I've never had that one. But other than that, I've pretty much done everything in the book that you can think of. And I made it this far, and it's like, well, if it took me 5 years, 4 years to get here, and I have a simple way of doing it, a simple knowledge, a simple understanding of doing it, why not share it with you guys and help you guys understand? But at the same time, I'm telling you guys now, like, you're not gonna believe me, but like, it's not just the charts. It's not just like what you see on the charts. It's not the candlesticks. It's really not that. Like I've been through, like, to be honest, you can learn something off of YouTube about support and resistance and still make money off of that. So it's not about the candles. It's really about like you, to be honest. And once again, it might sound generic, but like the most simple things be the things that make it far in life. Like that's why you see the most, like for example, a complex car, like a luxury car is so complex. When it breaks down, it takes forever to fucking fix it. But when it comes to a simple built car, like a fucking Honda or something, easy fix, right? So it's like make your journey easier so that way if you are messing up, you know exactly what to fix. And don't be scared to fix it, and don't be scared of having I guess you could say a drop in ego, like, because I know sometimes where we might take a loss and we just like, nah, like, I don't believe it, like I think it's right, and we just do the same thing over and over. Like a lot of people struggle with doing the same shit over and over. And if it's not leading you into the direction you want, then why are you doing it over and over? Like, why are you doing the wrong things over and over, time and time again? So you have to take whatever I'm saying now and go home and build a plan and understand, like, okay, this is where I'm trying to go. What does it take to get there? Anything outside of that is not what I need to be doing. Anything outside of the mindset that I need to have to get there is not what I'm trying to do. Any of that is not what I'm trying to do. I have to understand that because, like, why would I do something if I know that's not what I need to be doing? Like, once again, trading wise, like, why would I revenge trade when I know slow down, take your time, wait for the right trades, be patient, be passive aggressive. Passive aggressive meaning like you're there, you're watching, and you're waiting for your moment to shine. And once it's your moment, you attack right there with no problem. Like you're right on it. Like you're not wasting no time. There's some people that just are aggressive and they're just doing anything and everything. Being passive aggressive and sitting back and just watching the sidelines and playing it like it's chess. Like there's times in chess where it might take 3-4 hours for that person to even make a move because they're really trying to think it out because they're thinking about it long term. A lot of people are thinking fast money, fast money. Yes, they can make a lot of money super fast, but you're not going to get to that level just rushing right into it. The reason why it probably looks like it probably looks to you guys like I'm taking a trade every single day, but it's not even the case. Like I'm taking a trade probably once every week, but the weeks are going by so fast where it looks like everything's so fast paced. That's why it looks like that. But mind you, it's been like, I think in November, hold on. When was it? I think I didn't trade October last month for like a whole, like, I didn't trade for a whole month. And it's not because I didn't want to trade. It's just pretty much because there was no setups. Yeah, October last year, I took no trades. I went August, September trading. I took like 7 trades in August, 6 trades in September, and then October, no trades. And then moving on to November, I ended up picking 3 trades. And then December, I only traded 1 time, and it was just that. And then coming into this year, I've only taken 17 trades, 17 setups this whole year. And it's not because I have the capital or I have the money. It's really because like I'm not gonna, like, I hate losing. So it's like, why would I put myself in a predicament where my probability of me losing is super high? Like every time I place a trade, it's more of like, okay, if I'm looking at this, basically what I'd like to do is I start with the 4-hour. I'm looking at the 4-hour. Okay, what trend are we on? Uptrend, downtrend. Determine what that is first and foremost, because that's going to be pretty much my baseline. Because that's what I'm going to go back to. Everything is answering the question of, is this aligned with the 4-hour? So going from the 4-hour, understanding, okay, let's say it's an uptrend. Seeing and stating that in my head, everything from here on out has to match with that. Like it has to match with that. If it doesn't, then it's not ready, right? So if I go from the 4-hour and I go back to the 1-hour, is it aligned? Is it bullish like the 4-hour? If not, when is it, or when could it be bullish? with the 4-hour? When could it align with that? Is then what I would be looking for. And normally that comes with, let's say if we mark like, dang, I wish I could put like some charts up here. Wait, could we do that? Where's, yo, it's so dark over there. Are y'all good over there? I ain't gonna lie, it's hella dark over there. Where's everybody? I want to see if I don't know. This is one of those like LED screens. I don't know that, but it's okay. Just picture it in your head. All right, so let's say uptrend, right? We're marking our highs and swing lows, what I live off of, because those are showing like if buyers are in or sellers are in. Anything above a high, most likely sellers are not in the market. So if price above a high, sellers are not there. If price breaks below a low, there's no buyers there. And that's like the biggest thing I live by, like who's more in control of the market. And whenever you're buying price or selling price, if your buying price is going to a high, so it's going to sellers. So buyers are trying to meet sellers, you're trading. So think of it as like an exchange. If you have something, you wouldn't go to, if you're a buyer, why would you go to another buyer, right? If you're in buys, why would you target a low? Because that's where buyers are. Why would you do that? So you have to target areas where sellers are at if you're a buyer. And if you're a seller, you're looking for levels where buyers are at, vice versa. So with this being said, understanding like, okay, 4-hour time frame, let's say, is in an uptrend. Scale down, we'll be like, okay, looking at the 1 hour, I'm not really seeing too much. It's probably, let's say it's on a correction or something. So that means the 1 hour would be downtrending. Okay, what high does price have to break on the 1 hour for it to show that there's no sellers in the market? That's like my biggest thing. Like, as long as I understand at what point is it going to be where it realigns with what I'm looking for. So if I'm looking for the 4 hour to be bullish, at what point does the 1 hour become bullish? And then from there, once the 1 hour becomes bullish, I pretty much don't do it anymore, but scaling down to the 15 is good if you really want to be precise. When the 1 hour is becoming bullish again, if they can. Here, hold this. I gotta talk, look in my pocket. If the 1 hour is bullish, you could scale down to the 15. Like, the reason why I don't use it anymore is because I feel like the 4 hour and 1 hour is already enough. But if you really want the extra confluence, you can use the 15. But 1 hour, 4 hours is pretty much good enough because those levels are really stronger than pretty much anything on the chart. And then you got the daily time frame. But 4 hour, 1 hour has been the things that I've used pretty much for the past 3 years. So when you how do I word that? When you are looking at the markets, understand that these levels are going to take time. Like, it's not just going to be instant. It's not going to be fast. Like, I think today on gold, I think price moved like a little bit, but oh yeah. I mean, you guys can't see this, but I was looking at it make a higher low today. Like, if you go to gold today, it made like a higher low, but in my head, my mindset right now, currently looking at gold on a 4 hour time frame, I would be like, okay, well, if I'm looking at this, I see that it tried to go higher, rejected to go higher, but it has a higher low. Doesn't mean it's bearish, doesn't mean that it's bullish. But then in my head, at what level would it make those things? So at what level does it have to break to become bullish? At what level does it have to break to become bearish? And if it does break that level, what then? Where do you go from there? So even now, looking at it, I would say if price, let's say, breaks above 4,640, I would say, okay, at that point, that's showing me that it wants to proceed forward. So in my head, all I'm going to be looking for is buys above that level, right? And that's it. That's my trend. So, because I know some people, they'll think buys on Monday, and then a small sell-off on Tuesday, and they'll think that it's on a downtrend again. It's like that's not how the market moves. Like, the market doesn't move that sporadic. The chart doesn't look like that. Like, there will be days where if Monday made a new high, so if next Monday, because today's Friday, if Monday ends up, or Sunday night going into Monday makes a new high, that sell-off that could happen that night or Tuesday doesn't mean prices on a downtrend. Don't lose like the whole plan. Like understand that if you're trading the higher time frames, that first bias that you have is normally the right one. Just don't forget that. Because some people will look at it, they'll be like, okay, Monday's what the fuck? Monday's bullish, and then Tuesday's bearish, and then you're all over the place trying to figure out which way to go. Stick with one, and I'm telling you, stick to one for that week, and just let it ride out. If you think buys, or if you not even think buys, like if you see buys, or if you see an uptrend, see a downtrend, stick with that. Stick with what you're seeing first, not what you feel like it's gonna do. Oh, because some people try to, let's say price makes a new high. Normally when price makes a new high or low, so any breakout, any level that breaks out on the higher time frame normally comes with a correction after. And it only comes with a correction because there needs to be a higher low, or there needs to be a lower high in these predicaments for price to continue to go forward. So every time price makes a lower low, that's price continuing the trend, price is still going down. Anytime price makes a lower high, y'all know what these is, right? Okay. I hope, am I confusing anybody? Okay, calm. All right, so on a downtrend, your objective is to see more lower lows, but those lower highs is to basically confirm what you're seeing is still true. Like it's not to psych you out, it's not meant to try to stop you out, whatever the case might be. It's really just confirming that you're still on the right path, because you don't want to be in a downtrend, or if you don't want to be in a sell and you're waiting for a lower low and that price goes all the way up and it breaks to the upside and makes a higher high. That's not what you want to see. So these structural levels are meant to kind of guide you in the direction that you need to go. It's really to show you, and you can't because some people try to overlook it and they add all these different things that they see on social media and shit that I'm not even gonna get into that part, but all these different things, and then they're like completely forgetting that the market is really telling you what it wants to do. You just gotta really just sit back and listen. Like you really gotta sit and listen to what the market is saying. So right now, I'm not doing anything, but I see what the market is showing me. Like, okay, higher low. That could be a potential sign to show me that it could be building up bullish pressure, but it's also not breaking any highs. So that's not really telling me it's bullish, but above that level, it could be bullish. So it's telling me things, and I just have to listen to it. So from here, I know what to do, because I know, okay, if price is breaking above highs, I obviously know there's no sellers into the market until the next high. Vice versa, if I know price is breaking lows, it's going to the next low. It's moving zone to zone. It's not moving just sporadically, right? So with all this being said, pay attention to what the market is showing you. Don't deviate from that. And when you do this, please do it on anything over the 1 hour, please. I'm tired of seeing you guys on TikTok with the 15-minute charts. I'm just like, it works, but I just prefer I want people to make a lot of money, not small money. Small money is good, but I would rather you spend 15 minutes on the chart, look at the chart, set your alerts, wait for price to hit your alert, and then get into a trade and hold for the whole week, and then you've made pretty much a whole 2 weeks worth of money, instead of having to wake up every day, be on the charts for 3 hours waiting for your scalps or whatever to hit. I would rather you do swing trading than, trading day to day every single day and stressing out your brain. I would rather you swing trade. So that's what the mindset I want to build. I want you guys to understand, I'm trying to build you more of a long-term person. I want you to do this long-term, not just in and out, because you're going to get exhausted. I used to do it. So I know I used to get exhausted. I'm like, dang, in order for me to make money today, I have to wake up. But there's some days where I'm in a trade and I'm like, well, shit, I'm in this trade. I don't have to as long as price is not breaking my structure levels, I could chill for today. I could do whatever I want. I could go out, have another hobby or whatever the case might be. I don't have to sit here and stress out the charts. And I'm not going to, what time is it? Hold on. I'm not going to sit here and be like, switching to swing trading is going to be easy, but it's not that hard either. Like I said, pretty much I trade super simple. I trade price action only, price action and market structure. there's like this whole like thing of like ICC being a strategy. I wouldn't call it a strategy. It's just me explaining to you guys like how easy the market could be. And I've shown you guys time again, like looking at that higher time frame, watching the structure levels, watching the higher highs and higher lows, watching these swing lows and swing highs is going to be your best bet more than anything else. Like I would rather you do that, but then you draw like an imaginary line or something saying like, oh, this is the, I don't know what it's called, the Fibonacci or some shit like that, or like patterns and stuff like that, because those could be easily misconstrued. Like you could see a pattern, but I don't see it. But we can see the same high. We can see the same high and low. Like there's like, if we look at gold together, we can all see where the higher low is. We can all see where the higher high is on the high. We can all see that. So it's like we can't misconstrue those levels. But you might see a trend line, you might draw that, but I might not see that, right? But we all can see the same levels when it comes to highs and lows. Those cannot be misconstrued. A lot of things that you're taught could be misconstrued, especially people that trade ICT, and I'm like, there's people that make money off of that. I'm not dissing that or anything, but it can all be looked at differently. You might see an order block, but that person might not see it. But it's like, how? If that's how the market moves, then how can you not see it and I see it? Like, it doesn't make sense. So when it comes to this, we can all see the same things. So if I'm seeing something, that means y'all should be seeing it, vice versa. There's been times where people would text me a chart and I'll be like, wow, I don't know, I didn't see that. I must not be looking. And then it will work out in their favor. It'll be like, I don't know why I didn't see that. So now I have to make sure that I'm looking properly at what I'm looking at, making sure that I am staying on that higher time frame to scope out the scenery. Like I said, if I was staying in the middle of the room, I couldn't get a grasp of what's going on around me, right? So if you're on a smaller time frame trying to mark things out and trying to understand things, you're not really gonna see what's going on around you, right? And I'm not gonna keep talking, y'all guys head off, but I'll take a couple questions because I want to hear like some feedback from you guys on how your journey has been. You pointed your hand first, not me. I'm listening.
I didn't look at it, right? I have a question.
Here you go.
I heard people say about ICC and trading higher time.
Mhm.
I trade ICC on the 3-minute time.
3 minutes?
Yeah. I trade it's the same way, right?
Okay.
My thing is like after the situation is done, you know, like it's not.
It's just a repeat.
What am I? If you know at the beginning of the day, I do from 9:30 to 9:45. I can do it for like 15 minutes, and from there I know if it doesn't want to go down, it can go to I got that. But what do I do? What do I mark? How do I mark my?
No, because so you got the indication, then the correction, then the breakout. So when you're in the continuation, that continuation is causing another breakout, which is repeating the cycle that you're already in. If you get what I'm saying. Just visualize it. So let's say if price makes a high, and then it sells off, does whatever, but it breaks out. So that's your indication. So now you're waiting for your correction to make a move. That all happens, you're in the trade, price is going back up. Price is gonna so the continuation isn't looking to just stop at the indication level or where it stopped at to start the correction, if that makes sense. So like, let's say a price went from 1 to 4, right? That's the indication. 1 to 4 is the indication. So we know if price breaks out at 1, it's going to 4. And then it comes back to like, let's say 2. So that's the correction. Price comes back above that level, it's going back to 4. But that's not what price is trying to do. It's not trying to just stop at 4. It went down for a correction to gain money to go even higher. So it's not just trying to stop at 4, it's maybe trying to go to 6 now. So when it comes to that, it's just repeating the cycle. So once, let's say it makes another indication, because that's what it's going to do, when it breaks above a swing high or swing low, in this case a swing high, it's creating a new indication. So it's restarting what you did already. Make sense?
2 seconds.
I don't know if I can pull up charts in here. No, it's good, it's good. You gotta visualize it. Yeah. Oh, let me see.
I'm good. Go right here. Continue.
That looks so choppy. I ain't gonna lie. Higher time frame wouldn't do that. 3 minutes.
Thank you. And then it's something that I do. Yeah.
Wait, where?
The day.
Medellin? Ooh. Shit.
No,
Let me see. Here. Testing, testing, testing.
my name's Gabriela. I came
It's not working. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
So, what was your biggest fear? You said it was
Yeah.
so that's part I mean like even like career
Mm-hmm.
and fear like, I was like shoot my parents and I was like oh okay it was 50,000 for me to use a lot and maybe from Colombia. But then I realized a lot of time is not a me and it was okay. But then I found out you trade only for money or you know. So I was seeing your journey and inspiring me and my family to really kind of
Thank you.
and I want to know like who you trade, even if it wasn't for money. And what's the biggest like gift for the house you already?
Oh, that's the easy one. That's a really good question. So for one, would I trade if it wasn't for money? I personally think so, yeah. Like I said earlier, I have a big thing with trying to be right. So it's like I'm always trying to become better and better every day at being good at this. Like this is something I've been doing for so long and like I've made a substantial amount, but it's like every single day I still think about it and it's still in my head like, okay, what's going on today? Could I see or predict what's going to happen in the next couple of days? Could I still do that? Like it's more of like it's kind of how LeBron's still playing basketball at fucking 40 years old. Like he just loves playing basketball. I love trading, whether if it makes me money or not. I just kind of like the game of it, right? I like the whole like trying to break down something and see if like you don't get the instant gratification right away of like if you're gonna be right or not. Like kind of just sitting like on the edge, like, all right, did what I was thinking Monday, is it gonna play out when it hits Friday, right? Is that gonna play out for me? And I think the biggest thing that or like the best thing that trading has done for me is it brought together like my current like friend family. I pretty much travel the world with them. Like I've known this guy for like what 3 years now. But like I said, I've been through trials and tribulations when it came to friends and like and trading is very lonely, especially if you don't have like this right here. Is really lonely. Like and you really have like a lot of people doubting you for real, to be honest, because trading is a very risky game. Like people don't like we're not born to like be risky. Us humans, we like that's why even now, like I hate to get off topic, but even now, like how the world is programmed or how they want you to be programmed, it makes it where you're kind of like just like you hop in the car with a random stranger and it's just taking you wherever you need to go, right? Like from we're born, it's like we're born, grow up, go to school, get a job. Once we get a job, go to college, get a job, get married, and like our life is like already programmed. So anything outside of that line is risky. Like you shouldn't do that. It's risky. Why would you do that if you already have your whole life planned out? So for me, I'm very happy to be able to, I guess you could say, hang out with my family, my friends, and do whatever I want to do and just live the life that I want to live. Like, I'm not going to be the best person when it comes to, I guess you could say, the standards. But it's like, who even made the standards in the first place? Like, who even made it to where, oh, if you don't do this, like, you're not in the right lane, right? Like, I got to a point in times that trading is for white people, but I'm for sure not white, you know? It's just like
Like, it's weird, like,
my big, my biggest fear at this point.
no, we can first start.
Oh, when I first started, uh, no, it wasn't like, because I know some people that are scared, like the trades. My biggest fear was falling. I think that was pretty much my biggest fear. 'Cause it was like you put so much hard work and effort into like trying to go somewhere and not really. And that's the thing about trading. Like you try, but you don't know if it's like actually going to work or not. So that's already one barrier that you have to break past. And if it does start working, how long is that going to work? Is the biggest like I think that like, and it's still to like still to this day messes me up because like could I be like could the whole, like trading thing change, like the whole, like system change or like whatever the case might be and it doesn't move at all. Like I still think about that on a day to day like how long is this gonna last? And trading is gonna like as long as people are putting money in and out of the markets, it's always gonna be trading. But still, in the back of my head, how long can I be good, or how long can I be profitable? How long can I be consistent and preserve capital? Is my biggest fear, especially back then. Mhm.
Don't curse me out, because sometimes I watch videos and I think you talk straight.
I'm finna throw this mic.
So I'm coming back into trading because I started a couple years ago.
Mhm.
Paid for this year, lost a lot of money, and I found it wasn't because I wasn't understanding the concept. My process. I don't know how to set up the trading. Now I'm finding out things like this. Don't see, I know, but you don't need to.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm sure.
So, somebody in there, I'm not talking about because I know the big, somebody.
Look, you got hello new friends now. You got new friends.
Why he got and I brought you here so the money to come get it for you.
Yeah, buddy. I love you though. Thank you so much.
So my name is Scott.
Scott?
I wanted to ask you about biggest business. I've been trading for about a year. I made anywhere on a good one, I'll say 5K. Well, I'm like a bad month, like 5 to like 8K trading right now. So what is your plan when it comes to how to scale that?
Scale up. I knew you was gonna ask that question. you, you're not gonna understand it when I say it, but when you're scaling up is not as hard as you're making it. Because let's say you make 8K a month from trading, right? However whatever the risk to reward is like to get to that, all you're doing is bumping up that lot size just a little bit more, a tad bit more. Nothing's changing. Like, I think you're thinking more of like, oh, if I put an extra lot size, like just because you put an extra lot size, the market isn't gonna change.
That whole 100K in, or should I have separate?
I don't know nothing about that. I am. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't know. What do you feel? What do you feel like? What do you feel like? How would you feel if you lost it all?
100K?
Yeah.
I'll do it again.
Okay, then that's your answer.
You got anything for me?
But yeah, like don't overthink it. Just because the amount of money doesn't change the trade. That's not going to change the trade. Just because you have more money, it's not going to change the trade. Because I mean, I'm not going to say that you're not going to feel any emotions, but you definitely are. But it doesn't change the trade. If you've been doing it consistently for a year, it doesn't change just because you put a bigger lot size on. It doesn't matter. The market doesn't like it's not processing that. It moves like gold, because I trade gold. That shit moves 32, I think it's right around 32. I think it's like 32 trillion per day, like daily volume. So you're putting a lot size on, your lot size is going for, I guess you could say 1,000 per pip, per point. Bro, the markets ain't gonna notice that. Now, if you was trading fucking 10 trillion, you place a fat ass 1,000 lot, maybe, but it's not gonna make a difference.
Like, that drawdown, that real big drawdown, at night.
Um,
Like,
in the beginning, but I think you kind of get like desensitized to it because it's like even when it comes to opening a trade, the spread is already going to make you be in the negatives depending on the broker, but it's already going to put you in the negatives regardless. So as soon as you press, let's say a 5 lot, it's already going to put you down like $600, $700 already off rip without price even moving anywhere. So it's like I got accustomed to like, all right, the red is just like the beginning of it. That doesn't mean the trade is over. Like a lot of people just want to only see the blue or green, whatever they're trading on. They only want to see the blue version. They don't want to be in the red. And there's people like I used to have a friend that used to have a bad problem with anytime he go in red, he'll close the trade. Like soon as he see the red, he'll close it. Nah, I'm losing. All right. And anytime he was in blue, if he felt like he was in blue for too long, he'll close it no matter what. He'll just close it. And he just kept doing that. And he would trade like 92 times a day, every single day. Like, I'm talking about MC5 looked kind of crazy. I'm like, you would think he was trading for a year. Nah, nigga, that was 3 days. Huh? Yeah. So it's just like, don't look at it as like the money aspect of it. Just like trades are still the same. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't, just because you're putting a bigger lot size doesn't mean cut your stop loss less than what you would normally do. Cut your TP less than what you normally would do, or look for a different setup just, just to change the trade or lot size. Look, there's somebody over here.
Like the regular, 20-year-old. But like kind of changed my mindset was that sharing your past, sharing your knowledge. 100% of people, sharing your knowledge. I think that's my biggest treasure. Take part.
Yeah.
We have to make be successful. So, started out with the paper, I like made a whole shit.
Yo, he just dissed you low key. He just dissed you low key. You might need to see him in the parking lot. Yeah.
That's how it is. So, that I lost. I got up there,
No, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah. White hat. Yeah, you.
Hey, Ty, it's a big pleasure to be here. I have one question. If me and you were to die tomorrow, what's the one advice you'd leave behind?
What one advice to leave behind if I die tomorrow? What I'm gonna say is like generic though, but I'll probably say like if you want to do something, do it 100% and do whatever you want to do. Like live your own life and make your own standards, create your own standards. I think it would just be create your own standards, not living by anything that's generic or how people want you to live. Live how you want to live. And when you do that, do it 100% and don't really look behind you.
You ever felt like you compromised yourself or you have like wanting something else? That was your savings?
Wait, what'd you say again?
Not like compromise people are, your beliefs, your values.
There's been times where like I would be like an identity crisis, maybe something like that, where I'm like, and that really comes from just being in the game for so long, and it's like I trade, but it's like what now? Like I make a lot of money, but like what now? So I think that would be the only thing like later on, like as you guys become profitable, it'll be like, what do you do then? And that's why it's like you can have a plan, but once you hit those goals, like it's then like what now? Because I was like we just started doing these. Like it's been what 5 months, 6 months since I was in Miami the last time I was in here in December. But it's like I just started doing this because it was like I was making money, I was teaching, and it was growing, but it was like, what now? Like, how can you take it to the next level? And then after this, how can you take it to the next level? Because there's always better, right? Right now we have this. Think about in a year, 2 years, we might have a whole panel. I might see some of you guys speaking up here, right? It could be something like that. You just never know. So it's like always do what you want to do, set your own standards, set your own wave, and continue to do that.
More than anything, I think I speak on behalf of everybody when I say thank you for like just providing the information because information is I think one of the most valuable things ever and so thank you. And also can I take a picture?
Wait, where's Brandon? Yeah, you can. You want the mic? Yeah.
Okay, so my first, I have a different question. First part is probably like a clarification question. It's probably a straight answer. So like, I know what.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So my question is like a two-part question.
Mhm.
My question is probably a clarification question. So yes, we get our education from the 4 hour or 5 hour time frame, but are we still getting entries on the 5 or 6 year time frame? And then my second part of my question is, what is your advice for someone starting off with like low capital and low capital?
Thank you. Earlier, you don't have to go to 15 or 5 if you don't want to. Like if that complicates things, you don't have to because your levels are coming from the 4 hour or even 1 hour time frame. So you're marking those levels out, those highs. So anything above or below those certain levels, you already kind of have an idea of where price is headed instead. So you don't have to go to the 15 and 5. If you, huh? Yeah, for entries, you don't have to because the 4 hour is, let's say, your base, right? If price is on a downtrend, let's say. And if the 1 hour is aligning with that, so it's on a downtrend as well, and it's breaking under, let's say, a 4 hour low, then you already know price is bearish. So you don't really need, that 15 minutes to confirm anything else because you already, so if the 1 hour just came from a correction because the 4 hour just made a new low, then that just states that the 1 hour is already bearish and there's like, the 15 is going to be bearish. The 1 hour is bearish, the 15 is bearish. If that makes sense. Sure? Yeah, all of them are going to align because it just works. So if the 4 hour is, let's say, bearish, that doesn't mean everything else under it is bearish. But if you go the other way around, most likely it's going to be that way. So if the 15 is bearish, most likely the 1 hour is going to be bearish. And if the 1 hour is bearish, most likely the 4 hour is going to be bearish. And vice versa, both ways. Yeah.
Like advice for if you're starting off with like a low capital, stay with your building, like here, on how to break it down.
Me personally, I would say, when it comes to building like off that low capital, I personally would tell people to do what I did, work hard and build up that capital, even if it takes a couple months. And then as these months are going by, you could simulate trades and understand like, am I even doing this right before you even get into the capital, right? Because you don't want to just jump in without knowing anything. You want to really kind of like, I tell people the base start that I would tell anybody is like, if you want to get into trading, trade for like 3-4 months on like a simulated account, demo account, see how you like it, see if you are doing it correct, study your trades, journal them, or like even put them into like TradeZilla or something, journal them, see where you're messing up at, see where your strengths and weaknesses are at. So that way, when you do, while you're doing that, you're saving up on the side. And then when you feel like, okay, I've been doing this for a while, my stats show that I'm profitable, now I can use the capital. Because you don't want to, because I tell people all the time, save up like 1,000, maybe 2,000. So that way, as soon as you're ready to trade, you can go for a 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and you can risk $100 and make $400. And that's already pretty much a week's of work, right? And that's like your first trade. And then it's scaling from there. So like how he said he was scaling the 8K, he can just up the lot size as he gets more and more comfortable. So that's how it should be. Brandon, where did you go? You missed it. Nothing.
Could you just repeat you said to start and learn off the start website. I think you're.
Oh, Tradezilla. I wouldn't say learn, but it's like journaling. Yeah. You would practice like, you can practice anywhere on, just create a demo account and start practicing there. And then just journal your trades. I don't even think you can do demos on trades. I don't know. But I would just journal your trades and track your trades to make sure that what you're doing is actually progress. Because some people, they kind of take like their practice like as in like a money aspect. Everything comes back down to that money thing with humans. So it's like, we think, oh, my demo made 20,000, I can trade. But that's not like the case. It has to be like, okay, what is my profit factor like? What is my risk to reward like? What is my risk per trade? What is my volume per trade? Right? How many lot sizes am I putting on? If I put on 10 lot sizes and win, what happens when I put in 20? Am I gonna, like, how do I feel? Like, it's so much that goes into like everything you do that you have to really analyze. Because some people, they can be better when it comes to smaller lot sizes, but as soon as they put bigger lot sizes, they freak out. And then they just do whatever. Or it could be some people that have a very large risk to reward, but it works out for them. But every time they try a smaller risk to reward, it doesn't work for them, right? There's so many different things that you have to, once again, work on yourself. It's not just about what the charts is doing. It's about you know, like, what are you comfortable with, right? I'm not comfortable with trading on a smaller time frame, but you might. Somebody in here might, but I'm not. That it doesn't work for me. I tried it. It doesn't work. But I see that I'm more profitable waiting, or I'm more profitable doing this or that. So it's really about analyzing who you are, tracking down what you are, and where do you even want to be? Because maybe you might be somebody that likes trading, you know, a lot, but then you want to become somebody that doesn't trade a lot. So what is it going to take to get there is what you need to be measuring. Like, what am I doing now? Who am I now? Measure that, and then try to get to where you want to be by critiquing those things. So yeah. Yeah, no problem. I got you on that. Bro, I've only been boxing for 3 months, 2 months. Yeah. Yeah. No, no, that shouldn't be happening though. That shouldn't be happening though. No, 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 no. 20 more what? Positions? But that's it shouldn't be like that though. Like, you shouldn't be taking 2 steps forward, three backwards, right? Your risk to reward is there for a reason. Don't break that. No matter if you put a higher lot size or not, don't break that, right? Because that's what's going to keep you afloat, right? If you do a 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, I do 1 to 4s. So if you do that, let's say if let's say if I'm starting small, right? If I have $1,000 account, I risk 100 to make 400. If I wanted to up my lot size, then I could do that. But I'm gonna risk 200 to make 800, right? It shouldn't be the other way around. You shouldn't be risking so much and not getting the same risk to reward out of it. because that's what's happening. You're going 2 steps up, but then you risk so much that it beats what you was trying to gain, if that makes sense. So you'll risk 200, but then you'll be like, okay, next trade, I'm gonna risk 400, but or not 400, 800. You'll risk 800 in one trade, but that's your risk reward right there. That's your 1 to 4 right there, but you're risking that all on one trade. And then more, to be honest, because just because you're in a trade doesn't mean you're gonna get that 1 to 4 to get that 800. So that 800 isn't guaranteed. That 200 is like your base, if you get what I'm saying.
You see the ICC, how do you structure your stop loss? And do you have any risk management protocols, percentage for your stop loss on your team?
Yeah, so when it comes to my risk, I normally go from, it varies because sometimes, especially on gold, it can be a little far out, especially trading on the higher time frames. I always put like my stop loss under structure levels. So like, let's say if I'm looking for an uptrend, I'll always put it under higher lows.
ICC, what the prior indication?
Yeah. So it will be the low that price bounced off of to create that continuation. I will always put it under there or the previous one before that. So it's always under either a higher low, or if I'm selling, it's always above a lower high. And that's just because I don't like trading where if it hits my stop loss, that doesn't tell me it's invalidated or not. Like if it hits my stop loss, that means it's invalidated. The trend is invalidated. And I'm always trying to use my stop loss off of the higher time frame because I know those levels are going to be way stronger than using like a smaller time frame level where it can happen sporadically and things can happen. But when it comes to trading on like 4 hour, 1 hour, those levels don't just break easily. So it's going to hold more float. So that means that if I'm right, I can just sit in my trade for it as long as I want.
You have a protocol for the amount that you want to risk or percentage?
Starting back a couple months ago, I was doing right around like 5% to 10%. I'm what they would say is a high risk because people do the 1%, 2% thing, but I'm not.
2025, some of us want to do the same shit, so.
Hey, some of y'all probably risk like 200%, whole account and then some more. Wait, have y'all ever been in a trade? Wait, have y'all ever been in a trade and like you're in drawdown, but like you're like, damn, I got some money money on my account. I can look like load that up in my trading account so I'm not in drawdown that deep. I've done that where I'm probably like down 300, but I'm like, all right, cool. Let me load up 300 so it don't hurt me that bad. Damn. Wait, question. How many of y'all want to trade this week? How many of y'all are profitable this week? Okay. Who didn't trade this week at all? That's still cool too. Who lost the trade this week? All right. I'm gonna ask this. If you say NASDAQ, I'm gonna throw this mic at you. What was you trading? Huh? Gold? Gold? Yeah. Bruh. BTC? Bro, it's not moving. Bro, you know how many DMs I get every day, bro? BTC, bro. I'm like, bro, no. Bro, matter of fact, where's BTC? Bro, it's moving. It's not that much. Like it's not that much. All right, that's cool though. For somebody who raised their hand and said they lost this week, what is one thing that you learned this week? I think it was a lot of people over here. Like, what's going on over here? What's one thing you learned this week from losing? Time frame correlations? You was trading on a 15? Hey man, it happens to the best of us, man. It happens. They coming for you. Yeah. Huh? Greed. How many trades did you take? Mhm.
I took, trade,
3 trades? All same day or like
spread out.
spread out?
Day, Wednesday and Thursday, and I was profitable, and then that one trade I made, I think it was yesterday, do everything. I was just trying to hit bottom 5 here.
Everything?
Yeah, 3
Bro, we're missing the plot here. 2 months in? That's good though. That's good though. That's good though.
I remember, I think, right out, stop, like, it's supposed to be 48K, but it was at like 399.
Yeah.
So basically, like, I'm gonna throw it down, I'm thinking, okay, once it go down, like, it'll go up, but it was, if I stop loss, I'm not gonna get funded, like,
You get funded Friday? It's good. It's still good. For somebody that won this week, what's like a lesson that you would take into the next week to basically continue to win? Anybody? You? What's the lesson you will take into next week? What's your system? Sounds pretty simple to me. What? Oh, I thought you was my boy. My fault. Yeah, it's good. Okay, okay. Just slide me $10. You got it, big bro. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
I just watching it go up at night. I'm like, yo, I'm feeling like sigh right now, bro. Like, it's gonna go up. Like, I'm gonna go to sleep on it. Like, texting my homie. I'm like, this is gonna be the first big trade, official swing trade. You gotta see what it is in the morning. I'm stressing. I'm getting off the chart. I'm going to see. Wake up, 9 man. Go to work, 10. I'm like, I'm checking out, closing out. Then I check the stories and I see you trading the same trade. I'm on this, bro. The day, people, I appreciate all the videos that you're posting, bro. You're Evanston. Like,
Thank you, bro. Please don't argue. Bro, my boy here could tell you, bro. I be stressing, bro. I be trying to like. There'll be times where I'm like, cause like YouTube and stuff is cool, like it's fun, but it's like I don't want to do. It feels like a job sometimes, but it's like I know it's helping somebody. But we always be talking all the time, like what's the best way to like keep doing it where it doesn't feel like a job in a sense, and like every single time we just always end up back like it's for the better good. Like no matter what you post, it's like you're coming with some type of information to help others and try to make them better every day. So it's like, you know. Hey, that's paying 4 points. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I be seeing like Twitter and all these the gurus that be selling courses. I ain't gonna lie, if somebody charged me $8,000 and I ain't get rich the next day, I'm finding out where you live. I got a problem, but we got a problem, bro. We got a overly problem. I'm finding you tonight, but win or a loss? Oh, go ahead. Black shirt, black shirt. Yeah. Oh, you up? What's the lesson? What's the lesson or something you would take into next week? You might be. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I don't know. I get what you're going. I don't know what's up with the whole like the volume happening out of session. I think more of it's just like, because remember, well, we're not trading Nasdaq, but most of the news that happens is normally when the market is closed, especially like what Trump has been doing lately is calling out most of the alerts, or not alerts, but most of the news on weekends. So that way on Monday it's like fucking sporadic, and then throughout the week it's nothing. And then Friday he calls something out again, and it's like that's been like the way that I've seen recently. So I've been kind of like taking it with a grain of salt because I used to lose a lot from not trading in session. But then I started to see that most of the moves started happening like Asian session, bleeding to and all the way up to New York. And it was just that volume. So I would take it with a grain of salt, but just trying to see if it works out for you. But I've just been like, if price hits my point that I want, then I'm just gonna take it regardless.
How do you deal with the news if the gaps in the market?
I don't over. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Me personally, when the gaps and stuff are happening, I try not to overthink it. The gaps are normally most of the time when it gaps, it causes some type of indication anyways. Like last week when it sold off on that Sunday night, it sold off and it made that low, which ended up giving us the trend that we have now. And I
think that. Speaking like it's very good question. I know some people like trying to catch the gap, you know, and how to do this, but I don't do that. It's like, I take it when we just like, if it was the plans to figure out. So I don't overthink that. Why would you-
I'm very trading from. So what is the difference between day trading and swing trading? What is he saying big? And then I learned it today, swing trading, what is the duration from swing trading? How long over trade? That's something that I learned this week because I want to interval at the same time. It's learning, I learned it's not to take trading. So it was like, if you try to fix me, okay, yeah, for me, I'm not taking trading.
Swing trading is, it doesn't have to be that long, it's probably like, in my voice, duration of like average trades is like 2 days and like 18 hours or something like that. 2 days and 18 hours. And day trading is more of like, the days in the morning, you probably have a lot of things.
Take credits and it's a whole 20 minutes. And then I'm learning about swing trading, right? You know, or, yeah.
It might be. Yeah. Normally, it's like a day or two, and it can last more. So it works for moving. I wouldn't say that it's like you can probably pull it off, but you probably pull off like 4 days before, but it's been very hard at these markets. But what I've seen is like 2 days and a half has been like really good already, and especially like normally I wouldn't hold on to the weakness because Sunday is like very volatile, but the past couple of months or even the past couple of weeks, it's been like, if I'm hoping to buy or sell on Friday, it's probably gonna bleed into the next day on Monday or Tuesday, and then I can push from there. So it really depends on what's going on with that. It's already sitting here a whole bunch of longer, but that's the thing.
You only look at the charts for 4 hours. So 15, because I come look at 15.
Right, but I took a picture. The 15 is awesome. Because you already have the part of the shown. The 15 is just extra controls to really need like to be sure. But I've been taking so long, it's kind of like, I'll take it for what it is on the floor, because those are always the shows I'm not doing. Wait, yeah. Oh, I got it. Appreciate you, bro, so much. I'm staying here. I just want to say thank you for all that you do. I can't myself. You know, I see myself do a lot. I wanted to ask you, since you accomplished your successes and you know the different checkpoints in life, which I wish you really thank you more on you. Um, when it comes to love, I look at myself as a lover boy. I wanted to know, like, do you have any difficulties when it comes to the fact of anything on like your thoughts on it, you know? I know, but I have to look at the spirit, but how anybody popped up in here, it's not regular. I think it's you the person to person, you know me, like, I know you're a person with emotions over there, but you know me, so like, me being introvert, I really You know, the crowd kind of like, I know how it is. See what I'm saying? Sometimes I find like, any of the others, you know, you got the homies down to the homie, but yeah, y'all are leading the track by the way, so, I don't like to say over and over, but it's family stuff. Yeah, I mean, he open to it, you know, I would love to be saying. So, you were. And she got to be even worse. I mean, it's hard, but I mean, you really gotta, you just gotta be you, man. What it is, you know. It's the same with friends and same with friends, same with relationships. You just gotta let them. I mean, like, reaching out there could be benefit. But then again, like, there's so many different personalities in the world that you really have to like, 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 I've seen so many personalities now where like talking to somebody, I can pretty much know who they are and pretty much get that one conversation. So I know that it's worth having a longevity with that person or not. So it's like it comes to a point where like I just start to become who you want to be. You feel that energy that you need to be around. Like you won't go and find a search for it. Like if somebody comes into your life, it's you get it for a reason, right? You seeing me on YouTube for a reason, right? Now you're here. Right, so it's like everything happens for a reason. And you shouldn't really like don't want to change it, right? Like people change trades, what happens? They lose, right? You chase people, what happens? Like you lose, right? Anything you trying to chase, forcing it, it goes away. Anything you do like forcing it, it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. A lot of people force a lot of things in life, even benefit. Turn on how they want to do it. When it comes to anything, you said relationship people are like anything in life. But it comes to you gotta be, you want to be. Like I've attracted good people in life. Also, attracted people that were good, but behind closed doors, they can't. All right, well, I'm mad people that were so they didn't say, oh, or there's a machine hospital in the world. You know, like I'm not, we're gonna be in my life, we're going, you kind of like gotta let them come to you. Like I didn't know I was gonna be friends with this guy for 3, 4 years now, but like how we met was so random, but it's meant to be, right? Let everything happen. It's what happened, how it was happening. Because one thing I live for, one thing I live by is like, your book is already written, you just have to find the, you just have to, your story is already written, you just have to find it. It's the best thing that I'm saying. Your story is already written, you just gotta go find it. So, yeah, thank you.
ICC Mafia.
Right there. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna take 2 more.
So I'm sitting from a big church like I've been scouting. Since I met you, I've been like most in the church longer. So at the same one. But I got an issue. I'm in a trade where it's going up or down. I eat like 5 minutes. This if we get I actually because I have the brick device. If you don't know what it is, look it up. It's like a little block where like you can lock it out. But if you don't get it, it's cool. What I would say is like trade from your computer, or if you have a computer, or laptop, or something, or even another device, or another phone, anything where you can trade on that. And I want to have it like you don't have trade.
Or use my brick device where it kind of stops me from doing that. And I just set the alerts for TP or stop loss. Because you checking the trade isn't going to cause it to go faster, slower, hit your TP, hit your stop loss. It's not going to do anything. You're just kind of stressing yourself out. And you don't want to stress yourself out. Because once again, trading is supposed to be your freedom. It's supposed to be your happy place, your peace. It creates your peace. So you're not supposed to make it stressful. Yeah. I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her. I was waiting for somebody to ask this question. Just like him, when he was talking about scaling up, self-sabotage is something that a lot of us will run into. I've ran into it too before, and it's not because you want to see yourself do bad. It's more because like you never really thought it could go this far, and you start overthinking like, oh, I thought I would make it to this level, but I'm actually past where I thought I would be, which is very common. Sometimes we break levels super fast. Sometimes it takes us forever. But when we break levels so fast, it kind of makes us think like, well, shit, is this supposed to be this way? And the best way to fix that is to not like, when you are hitting those high levels, don't look down on yourself or don't like think like, I don't deserve it or I'm not supposed to have this or like, oh, it's just luck, right? Think of it as like, okay, I can see that I'm progressing. Like, look at your wins as progression instead of like who you are, right? Just because you win or lose doesn't make, like, once again, like I said, it's hard for me to be an influencer because like if I take a loss, I have thousands of people saying I'm trash, but a loss doesn't make you, a win doesn't make you, right? So that's the best advice I would give you is like, don't let I guess you could say, don't let the money make who you are. Like, just remember like, all right, if I'm making this amount of money, doing good, that means I'm progressing. How can I get better, right? There's better and better and better. Like, how should I get better? Not, dang, I can't believe I'm getting good at it. I shouldn't be doing good. You shouldn't think that way. Yeah, go ahead.
So I remember about like 2 weeks ago, I think you had called out a gold line, and somewhere around that time, anyway. So when I was looking on the daily time frame, it looked like it was doing a correction to me because there was a big drop in the daily time frame. It was just correcting. It made lower high, and on the 4 hour, it looked like it was pulling. So when everybody was advised, I'm like, how do we know, all for the daily time frame, how do we know that it's not going to continue to push down? Because how are we knowing that the bullish or bearish trend is over off of the daily time frame?
Because the 4 hour would do it first. The 4 hour would make the trend change first. So if you're looking at the daily time frame, so like now, right? It was buying first, so 2 weeks ago it was buying. But it was going to do that for the 4 hour, and it could have kept going up from there. It didn't have to follow the daily. The 4 hour is like the median of everything, because that daily time frame is going to take a couple days to even print out what it wants to print out. But the 4 hour is going to make the change first before the daily changes. So if you once again go look back at where price stopped at the last highest point on the 4 hour, that's when the daily was like, all right, this is where I'm stopping at. The 4 hour starts to make the change and shift. It's the same way with any other time frame. Before you see the 4 hour make a shift, the 1 hour is going to do it first to show you that this is what the 4 hour is going to look like later on. Which is why when you're marking up on the 4 hour and you're looking at the 1 hour for the correction to be over, you're just retargeting wherever the 4 hour is trying to go, because that's the overall objective.
I understand that, but when you say, the higher time frame is always going to respect structure that is lower. So that's why my brain is like, okay, we're on the daily time frame. The daily is starting at 4 hours. So if right now on the daily time frame, it looks like it's doing a correction to me, how do you guys know that the 4 hour is going to be like a bullish trend rather than it just being a correction, but we just need to wait for the continuation?
The daily time frame, at first, it might, so how do I put it? It's going to look like how it wants to look like. So closed candle, open candles is going to look how you might perceive it. But if the structure isn't settled in, if it hasn't shown you that it made a high or low, then you can't consider anything yet. Like, you cannot consider it all. So the 4 hour is where I'm looking at when it comes to the daily. Yeah, if there was no high or no low, there's nothing to really say if it was on an up, because it could have really kept going up and then made a higher low and kept going up from there. But the only way you see that is through the 4 hour or through something lower, but we're still on the 4 hour. So for the daily, use the 4 hour. For the 4 hour, use the 1 hour. And vice versa. Yep. Yeah, no problem. All right, one more. I don't want to start a challenge. Maybe. After tour. Because I'm overly not trying to trade. I'm tired. Y'all know I'm very antisocial. And like, this is like mentally draining. Yeah. One more.
What would you say, like, how comfortable you are all? Would it be better to teach content or straight with the platform?
Well, you know I'm not gonna say funded. I would say starting off with like $1,000. So saving up 1,000, risking 1 to 3, 1 to 4, $100 per trade. I think that would be your best bet. But like I told the other lady, like trade first on practice, like practice trading first. And make sure that you are actually doing what you need to be doing before you jump into your live capital. And then from there, you know, once you feel comfortable, then you take the trade. But all right, guys, I appreciate it a lot. Like a lot. I really do. Because once again, I do this because once again, like all you guys live in the same place, or all you guys are surrounding each other, can create a community, can create friends, and make this stronger than what it is. Because trading already is like, as you can already see, like everybody has an ego. Everybody wants to be better than this person. Everybody wants to have the best strategy and this and that. I don't look at trading as that. I look at trading as something that we can all come together and bring other people together. Because once again, I found out this when I was pretty much homeless and nobody. So imagine what other people are going through. Like there's people out here that pretty much have nothing, no hope, right? This should be able to give people hope. Trading should be able to give people hope, or even become an entrepreneur in general. Or it doesn't even have to be. You can be a janitor and still, you know, think you're the best person, right? You can still have a great life. But I just want everybody to leave with, I want you guys to pour into people if you can, when you can, whenever you can, as much as possible. Because there's people out here that truly need help. And it can take one word to say to somebody, one thing that can make somebody click in their head and they're like, oh, I understand it, right? And that's why I do it, because it's something I could say to somebody, even if I don't say anything that clicks in your head today. Somebody else probably heard something and was like, dang, it made sense, or it makes sense. And then they leave here and they go change their lives. And that's what it's about. We're all human beings. We're just on earth, like, to be honest. Like, we serve God, of course, but it's like we're pretty much just doing whatever, you know, like we're trying to all figure it out. And then you got the government beating us down every single day, taxes and some more shit. And it's just like, you know, like help another human being. Like, don't be a fucking dickhead and like think you're better than somebody. Like, we're all human. We all eat, sleep, drink, everything, right? We all do the same thing. You're no better than anybody. I'm no better than you guys. You guys are not better than me. We're all equal. And that's how it should be. That's how the world should be. It shouldn't be you're better than somebody. It shouldn't be like that. So if you ever get the opportunity, I would say document your journey. You don't even have to post it on YouTube. Document your journey, record your journey, go through, show what you're going through, show the wins, the losses, right? Show people what trading actually is. And if you want to upload it, but share that with people to show them like, yo, this is what I go through. I could help you in this way, or I could give you some advice this way. Don't sit here and gatekeep it just because you're trying to get an extra penny out of somebody. That's not what it's about. We're traders, right? He just dude back there said he made $10,000 in a night. Like, what? Right? And then he's making 8,000 every single month. Like, we're traders. Like, we don't need other people's money, right? All you need to do is focus on what you're doing, get better at being you, and help people. That's the whole thing about this. And that's why it's like us versus them, because there's people out there that are trying to go against y'all, not with y'all. They say they're with y'all, but it's not with y'all. Because I bet 100% nobody, no person in this industry will be up here for free. Nobody. Bro, this shit costs $4,000. I mean, I know I got it, but still, like, with nothing coming out of it, it's got to be something different, right? And I still got 20 more places to go to after this. And I got to pay for travel, and I got to pay for him. So it's like, I I could care less about what I get out of you guys. The only thing I would want out of you guys is to better yourselves and come back and be like, dang, change my life. Because that's better than saying, oh, he paid for my $500 course. I got $500 out of him, but I don't really care what else he does with his life. Like, what type of person would that be? Like, I would rather you come back and you tell me, man, I ain't gonna lie, you made me $5,000 a month, and now I'm living good, and I got such and such, and I'm helping my mom, I'm helping my dad, or whatever the case might. That's way better than hearing some other shit. Like, that's way better. Like, that's way better, and you have the potential to do that. The same way I can do it, you can do it. Like, anybody can do this shit. And with that being, oh shit, I did not mean to do that. With that being said, just remember, leave out here with knowing that we're all equal, and just spread the love, spread the positivity in the trading space, because it's already toxic enough. Like, we already have what we have already, and it's like, it doesn't have to be this way, right? Take this information, run with it, share it to other people. Yeah.
Colombia. Mother and I. Coffee.
It's
You like coffee?
Yeah. Is it black coffee?
It's called bourbon. Bourbon.
How do I open it?
Uh,
Yeah.
and we make big
We should do ICC on 3.
Oh.
Wait, give me this. Oh, this. Yo. Wait, how we gonna do this? I ain't gonna lie, it's so hot.
Yeah, bro.
How you want them to stand? ICC on 3. Everybody, should we do it outside?
Yeah, I want to.
Yo, if you can all gather outside on the opposite side of the barrier, we want to do a clip for content, and then we also got a limited amount, but we got something special for her to get. So you guys can wait on the other side of the barrier.
Ooh, you sure?
Yeah. And I could.
Oh, Snapchat.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna do pictures outside. We're gonna do pictures outside.